myself Dr. Priti Jagwani from Department of Computer Science, Aribut College, University of Delhi. So, in my previous lecture we have looked into the bottom layers of ISO OSI model, which are starting from the layer 1, which is the physical layer, then we looked into the data link layer, network layer and so on. Today's topic in the agenda is about the application layer, which is the we can say the topmost layer in this OSI model, and this application layer basically takes care of the network communication. It actually provides the functionality to send and receive the data from users, and being on the topmost in the hierarchy, it acts as the interface between the user and the application. In order to understand the position, let us take a quick look of this on the positioning of this application layer. So, you can spot that this application layer is on the topmost position of this OSI model. Now, this application layer is having the layer which is the presentation layer lying below it, and which is followed by the session layer, transport, network, data link and physical layer. Now, application, when we talk about, it provides the essential services such as file transfer, remote login, electronic mail which is the email, directory services, name resolution and network resource sharing, making it indispensable for the modern communication. So, all these kind of we can say applications you can see. So, file transfer is a different application, remote login is another, and so is your email and the name resolution. So, all these essential services, all these application services are being kind of provided as the services by the application layer, and hence your application layer becomes very important. If we look into the functions of the application layer, this application layer performs several functions in order to kind of ensure a smooth communication between the applications and the system. So, the first in the queue is the data representation. So, this application layer ensures that the data is presented in a format that both the sender and the receiver can understand. That means it converts the user entered information into a standard format before transmitting it onto the lower levels, and interprets the received data back on into a user friendly form when it works on the kind of the receiving end. So, a simple example of conversion of text, images or files into the network compatible format could be an ASCII format, or JPEG or HTML for text or for images. So, that is basically your kind of conversion of the information which is entered by the user into a format which is accepted by the network, and vice versa at the receiving end. Then we have network service access. Network service access function means that this application layer provides the access to various network services directly to the user, provides access to various network services, and this access is provided directly to the user. That means it allows applications like email, file transfer and remote login to interact with the underlying network. So, example of this network service access is actually using various email clients like could be Outlook or Gmail or any other, in order to access the mail services, or using FTP to download or upload files. Then the next function comes as the application protocols. Application protocols, as you all are aware, that it is basically a set of rules and procedures that applications use to communicate over a network, and these protocols handle message formatting, data exchange and service request. For example, HTTP for web browsing is there, FTP for file transfer, DNS for domain name resolution, simple mail transfer protocol, SMTP for emails and so on and so forth. So, other application which is in Q is about kind of your user interface. So, user interface, when we talk about, that means it represents the user interface to lower level layers and the multiple application processes. Nevertheless, it is also responsible for the execution of the security test at the user's entity point. So, with all these higher level functionalities in the mind, let us try to explore the working of the application layer. So, once the data exchange is complete, the client or server can terminate the session and the connection can be closed gracefully. So, at first, but client sends a command to the server. When server receives the command, it allocates the port number to the client. Thereafter, client sends an initiation connection request to the server, and when the server receives that request, it gives the acknowledgement ACK flag back to the client through the application, and now we can say the client has successfully established a connection with the server. Now, your client has access to the server through which it may either ask the server to send any type of files or other documents, or even it may rather than downloading, it may also upload some files or documents on the server itself. So, various services are needed to be provided by the application layer protocols which are required in order to kind of we can say implement this whole client server model kind of thing, or implement this whole communication between a client and a server. Now, if we talk about what are the services which are provided by the application layer protocols. So, some application layer protocols provides they defines the process for both the parties which are involved in the communication, which is the sender and the receivers, and these protocols defines the type of message being sent or received from any side, either from the source side or from the destination side. Also, these protocols define basic syntax of the message which is being received or which is being forwarded, and hence we can say they define a way to send a message and the expected response, and these protocols also define interaction with the next level. Now, many of the times there comes an ambiguity in understanding the application layer and understanding the protocols of the application layer. So, not every user application can be put into the application layer. This is a very important kind of we can say line of difference between the application layer and the protocols. So, I am repeating it here again, not every user application can be put into application layer. So, what kind of applications can be put in into the application layer? So, except those applications which interact with the communication system. So, for example, designing software or text editor cannot be considered as an application layer program because it is not requiring any type of communication. On the other hand, when we use the web browser, which is kind of an HTTP hypertext transfer protocol to interact with the network, here HTTP is an application layer protocol, while your a software design or maybe a text editor design is not the application layer protocol. Another example which differentiates is the file transfer protocol. This file transfer protocol helps a user to transfer a text based or binary file across the network. A user can use this protocol in a graphical user interface based software, like you must have seen FileZilla or Qt FTP, and the same user can use FTP in the command line mode. So, FTP is something which is file transfer protocol is something which is kind of considered as an application layer protocol. So, irrespective of which software is being used, it is a protocol which is considered at application layer used by that software. Similarly, if we talk about DNS, domain name system, it is a protocol which helps user application protocols such as HTTP or others to accomplish its work. So, this is also a protocol which is considered at application layer. Now, moving further, what are, apart from these protocols which we have seen, which is HTTP or FTP or even DNS, what are other application layer protocols which allow any software to easily send and receive the information or even present the meaningful data to its user. So, what are some other protocols at the application layer? So, we have seen HTTP, which is hypertext transfer protocol used for web communication, and all these protocols are being given different separate port numbers. So, your HTTP is having port number 80. Domain name system DNS, we have also seen that translate domain names into IP addresses, operates on port number 53. Then we have Telnet, which provides remote login and file management services on port number 23. Dynamic host configuration protocol DHCP, which assigns IP addresses to hosts dynamically. It is on port number 67 and 68. Moving further in this list of application layer protocols, we have file transfer protocol, which facilitates file transfer between systems, port number 20 for data, port number 21 for the whole control. Followed by SMTP, which is simple mail transfer protocols, which primarily handles the sending of various emails, operates on port number 25 and 587. NFS, which is the network file system, enables remote access to files as if they were local, operates on port number 2049. And SNMP, which is simple network management protocol for management and monitoring various devices connected in a network, and it operates on port number 161 and 162. So, we have seen so many network, so many application layer protocols which are there, and what kind of service they are providing and on which port number they are going to operate. So, moving further within the discussion of your application layer, we also need to look into the services which are being provided by the application layer. So, it is not just the protocol implementation. Beyond protocol implementation, this application layer offers a range of services to support this application or supports this layer functionality, and these services are definitely crucial for ensuring efficient, secure and reliable communication between networked applications. Now, what are these kind of key services or which we call as application layer services? So, the first one is application level addressing. The application layer provides the mechanism for identifying and addressing specific applications or services running on a host, and port numbers plays a very important role in this. This actually includes port numbers and services name, and we have just seen whatever applications are there are attached to various different ports, and because of this the precise communication between applications is possible. So, application level addressing with the help of ports is kind of one key service which is being provided by this. So, HTTP we have seen on port number 80, HTTPS, which is secure HTTP, uses port number 443, and because of these various port numbers, a clear differentiation between secure and non-secure web traffic can be done. So, by providing these kind of application level addressing, clear demarcation of various protocols, various services is being done. Now, it is not only application layer service, but also the application level security which is being provided here. So, protocols like SSL, secure socket layer, or transport layer security, which is TLS, they operates at application layer to provide the secure communication channels. Now, what is the role of these secure communication channels? These protocols encrypt the data, authenticate the parties, the nodes which are communicating, and ensures the integrity of the message. And obviously, because of all these things, they are essential for protecting our sensitive information in case of a financial transaction, maybe a personal data or something. So, that personal data or financial transaction is kind of we can say very much available or open for interception and tampering, or it could be a victim of tampering and interception, and hence this application level security is required. Moving further, the services, then the security, also the flow control, which is application level flow control, is managed here. The application layer manages the flow of data between applications, ensuring that the data is transmitted at a rate that can be handled by the receiving application, and hence it prevents overwhelming of at the receiving end, and the data loss is also we can say prevented because of which may happen because of buffer overflow. So, these flow control mechanisms may include windowing techniques we have seen in our previous lectures in the inception of this course. Windowing techniques we have seen. When in these windowing techniques, the receiver specifies how much data it can accept at a time, or a rate limiting approach to prevent the network congestion. So, services we have at application layer services, application layer security, application level flow control. Now, we are coming to application level error handling. So, protocols at the application layer incorporate some sort of error detection and recovery mechanism also in order to handle the application specific errors. And what kind of recovery or error detection mechanism I am talking about? This includes retransmission request, or it could be error correction and the graceful failure handling. All these error detection and recovery mechanisms are we can say supported at the application layer. For example, if we talk about in file transfer protocols, checksums may be used to verify the integrity of the data which is being transferred, with the corrupt segments being retransmitted as and when needed. Also, if we talk about some more functionalities, so it also the application layer also includes the data formatting and encoding, which is, or more specifically we can say application layer data formatting and encoding. So, this application layer defines how the data should be formatted and encoded for transmission, ensuring that the receiving application can correctly interpret the information. So, for example, whether your text is going to be in the form of an ASCII system or any other system. So, that this kind of data formatting and encoding is supported at the application layer, and this actually includes the standards for character encoding. As I have told you, one could be ASCII, another could be UTF-8, and it is not only for the data type, but also about the various data structure and the metadata, which is nothing but the data about data. And the proper formatting along with the encoding are crucial for maintaining the data consistency across different systems and platform. If this proper formatting and encoding is not being ensured, then the two systems or the two nodes at the different ends, which are the sender and the receiver, will not be able to communicate. Now, If we look into whatever we have covered in this lecture is, we started from the introduction to the application layer, which is the topmost layer of the ISO OSI model. We looked into the working of the application layer, and then we have seen various services provided by the application layer protocol in a brief manner, followed by whatever protocols are being used, and along with the very specific port numbers on which these protocols are going to operate, because these specific port numbers is going to give them a clear line of differentiation. So, all the protocols which are available there operates on different port numbers. Then we have seen some of the application layer services, which includes application layer addressing. Then we have seen application layer security, application layer flow control, and application level error handling, along with data formatting and encoding. So, this is all the information about the application layer which we have seen in this lecture. So, if we look into according to a complete capsule, we have already seen the lower levels which are lying behind the this application layer in my previous lectures, and hence we have completed all the layers of this open system interconnection module. But as far as this whole computer network course is concerned, we are still left with some of the kind of miscellaneous topics related to network security, which include some details of cryptography and some other kind of topics which are important to be covered in order to make it a complete course. That I will be taking in my upcoming lecture. This is the list of references which is being used for the preparation of lecture. I hope you have enjoyed this one. Till then, take care, goodbye. I will see you in the next one.